Okay, it's 11:15, so we're going to get started now. And what will happen in this portion of the workshop is we will get some hands-on activity on Google Maps Engine. And we're going to be uploading GIS data, styling it, combining it with other data that I've already uploaded to save us some time and bandwidth earlier this week, and then creating maps with that. And so to do that, to get started, what you're going to want to do is first you're going to want to open up, go to Gmail and log in with your username and password that we gave you. And if you don't have one or you lost it, just let us know and we'll come bring you another one. But they're basically a guest account at earthoutreach.org, and then the password is kind of tree. And so if you can do that now, go to Gmail and log in, and then once you're logged into that account, open a different tab or type in the URL address, mapsengine.google.com. And if you need help or you're not there yet, then just ask one of us, because I see some people are already there, and so we're ready to get started. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to explore the different pages of this tool to get familiar and comfortable with it before we start uploading. Now, as you can see, when you first start the program, you come to the dashboard, which is the very top link here, highlighted in red. And this dashboard will show you metrics or page views on different maps that you've created. Right now, you've created no maps. And the map that I have in my account here is a map that I created many months ago, and it's only shared with me, so you guys can't see it, but just you will start seeing it as soon. You will start seeing this page be populated with maps when you and your colleagues here start building them. So this is what a typical Google Maps Engine dashboard looks like. Many times there are more maps than that. If I start from the bottom here, Attribution, if you can click on Attribution, you can see that on your page there's one attribution currently, and that's for IBAMA, the Brazilian federal agency that has a lot of GIS data about protected areas. And I downloaded some data from their website, so I want to make sure that we attribute it to them. So I put that in there, and you can see here that I have one. I also have that says IBAMA. If I double click on it, then I can see the display text and to see who it's shared with, and I can change the name if I wanted to. And if I click, you may not have this, but if I click over to the right, I can see additional ones, additional geo attributions. So we're going to be adding one of those later on. All right. Yes?
I'm still trying to figure out how to get the maps from the email window.
Yeah. Yes, so you're going to need to...
Well, if you raise your hand, I'll come to you as well.
So once you have, once you go to gmail.com, if you're already logged on to your account, you may have to log off, sign out, and then sign in to the little username and password that we gave you. Once you're signed in to Gmail with that account, then type this into the address bar. And Tanya's also going to be added to the force, so raise your hand if you need help. All right, great. So that's the attribution there at the bottom of the list. If I go up from the bottom, I have access lists. And because I'm owner of this account, I can create access lists or lists of emails or people who can view or edit certain things. And so you can see here that I have options that say create editor list and create viewer list. And so I can create viewers or create editors. It's helpful to know that only administrators can do that, so that way people aren't hiding data from the administrator. Administrators have the access to create them, to create the access lists. And you can see that I have several different access lists here already created. I have one for another workshops that we give. I have one for IUCN editors. You're in that list, all of you are. And then I have general map editors. And then I have some other I have identical viewers, access lists, and then the public. Notice I don't have any way the public can edit the data, because I don't want that. But I do want the public and some of my maps to be able to view it. So these are just the ways that we will control who has access to the data. Up from the access list, I see data sources. And yours should be, if you go to data sources, you'll see a couple of different data sources that have already been uploaded and shared with you, and shared with the IUCN editors list. But we're going to upload more than that. And I can page through, if you get a lot of them, I can page through. And we're going to be playing with these in a little bit. Now this is raw vector data, raw data. If you click on the Amazon Ledge Tear Indigenous, this one here, I think it's the second one in, click on that, and it'll bring up the details page for that data set. And this is what it looks like every time you import a shapefile or an image to Google Maps Engine. You can see over here on the right, I have a little preview window. On the left, I have what type it is, it's a vector table, the source, I have who created it, that's my email. I have some tags that I added. I have who it's shared and accessible by, because I'm the owner of this. And then I have some metadata. And at the bottom here, I have the different files that I uploaded to create this. And you can see here that if I want to, I can download the files, again, later, in a zip format. Let's all click on the upper right-hand thumbnail. If you click on that, whichever file you're looking at, the preview will come up. Just start it on? Okay, that sounds great. Thank you. So I'm going to show that again. So if I click Exit, and I click on the Data Sources tab here, Data Sources, you should see 3 different data sets. I have more, because I have access and ownership of more data than I've shared with you, but I kind of wanted you to know that difference, right? Because I'm the administrator, the editor, or the owner of the data, the owner of the account. And if you guys get a Google Maps account after this workshop, then you'll be the same thing. You'll be the owner of your account. I won't be, Google won't be, you will be. And so you'll have all this, you'll see any data that people upload. Okay, so I'm going to click on one of those squares or data sets, and it loads up this data details page. And it has the title, it has the description and source, who did it, metadata details, and then over here on the right, a thumbnail or a preview box. So if I click on that preview box, the data set comes up. And this is just very generic data set preview, okay? It's just red, it doesn't have any styling to it yet. If I click on any one of these polygons, I see all the attributes that were already in the shapefile that I uploaded. So I didn't have to create these polygons like Raleigh did in her last session with Google Earth. This is already GIS data that I downloaded from the web. So I'm going to exit out of that. I'm then going to go to my layers. So click on layers here on the left. To exit out of the preview, just click exit, the exit button in the top right, and then click on layers. And these are layers that have already been styled in a particular way. So if I scroll through the pages, so notice down here at the bottom, right here, you have arrows that allow you to advance to the next page of data. And because I'm on the screen, I might see something different, you guys, and I have more data in my account than you guys do so far. But if you get to a point that says Indigenous Territories, do you guys see that?
No.
Who sees Indigenous Territories? Okay, good. Who doesn't see it? If you don't, okay, try clicking this button right here. This little arrow. And sometimes in some screen resolutions, you may only see one at a time. So once you're there, click on that. And it gives you the layer details. Before we were looking at the data details for this data set. Now we're looking at a layer details. And the difference is A layer, it means that I added style to it. It has style. And so style means that I have given it color or transparency or done something to the information balloon, the pop-up balloon. So I can see what I did by clicking the draft button. Click to view draft. So click on that map and you can see I made them green. And I made them a little more transparent. So we're going to get to the fun stuff in a second. I just want to get you guys familiar with the program. Then click exit to exit that. And you'll notice that sure enough, here at the bottom, right here, it's referencing the data set that we just looked at. But this one has a better name. It's called Indigenous Territories. I know what that is. I don't know what Amaz, Ledge, Ter, Indigena. Most likely my viewers won't. So that's why when you create a layer, you have to give it a good name, a descriptive name. Because that's going to be what's in your legend when people click and unclick the layer. Okay? Because now I'm going to look at a map that was built with some of these layers. So if you click on maps, you shouldn't see anything. And that's good, because that's the first thing we're going to do. But just so you guys see what we're about to create, if I click on backup, this is my backup, and I click on my draft, hold on, let's see, vector data set was processed. There we go. I have 2 layers in this data, in this map. I have an Indigenous Territories layer, and I have an Amazon legal boundary layer. And so these are 2 layers that reference 2 data sets, 2 different data sets. Okay, so we're going to create a map right now, and then we are, first we're going to upload data, create a layer, and then create a map with these 2 and a 3rd layer. All right, so some of you, I'm going to close this map window, and we're going to do this now. So some of you may have already downloaded onto your computer this zip file. If you haven't, go back to the website and download it. And if you have, remember where you downloaded it and unzipped it, and we're going to upload that now. If you need help downloading and unzipping and finding it on your desktop, raise your hand, and some of us will come around. So I'm going to go back to Maps Engine, and you'll notice here that in every single window, doesn't matter what window you are in, as long as you're not in a preview, in Maps Engine, you can click on that upload button, and you have 2 choices. You can upload source files of the data set, like a shape file, or you can upload an entire folder of data. That's really useful because you can just point to your GIS data folder and it'll upload everything at once. But right now, we're just going to upload source files. So click on Upload Source Files, and you will see an upload window. And they call, the team that built this call vector data sets vector tables. So I'm going to click Vector Table. And then it gives me some information here. So I'm going to add different names. Oh, no, first I'm going to browse. Sorry, that'll be automatically populated. I'm going to click Browse. And if you click, once you click Browse, then you want to find the Amaz Ledge Arco Deflorestam, which is the arc of deforestation in the Amazon, where the majority is happening. So select those. You need all 4. You need the .dbf, the .prj, the .shape, and the .shx. Those of you who are GIS specialists know this is always what you need for GIS shape files. But sometimes people just see this one and they think, oh, that's all I need. But no, you need all 4. Sometimes in some files there are more, but those are the necessary ones. And I'm going to click Open. And immediately it starts uploading. I think, yes, no, it doesn't. First I'm going to add some descriptions. I'm going to add arc of deforestation. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to change this to say the first word of my data set is going to be my name, and that'll be easier for us to find each other because we are all part of the IUCN editors, and we are all going to see each other's data. Okay? So you want to say, I'm going to say Karen. And I'm going to give it a tag. And tags make it easier to search for it later. You see the search bar at the top here? You can type in a tag and it'll result. You'll be able to find your data. So I'm going to type in Amazon. And then I click upload. Okay, so go ahead and click upload. I'm going to wait to click upload for other people to catch up. So this will be done automatically. This should be done automatically. You can type in a description. You can type in a tag. You can make your own description too. It doesn't have to be what I wrote. And then, if possible, add your name to the front or the back just so that you can easily search for it, because with 50 people in the room, there's going to be 50 copies of this. So it'll make it easier for you. But the good thing is you'll be able to use anybody's copy to make your map, but it's nice to be able to use yours if you have a special style that you want to.
Can we edit it once it's uploaded?
Sorry?
Can we edit the name once it's uploaded?
Yes. The question was, can you edit the name after it's uploaded? And the answer is yes. I'll show you. Good point. I'm going to click upload. Okay, so it's uploading now. And this is a nice small one to start with, so it'll be fast. Okay, mine's uploaded, and it automatically comes to me with the data details page. And you can see there at the top it says vector table is still being processed. And that'll take some time. Right now it's waiting in the queue, probably behind 50 people, but it will happen soon. And that's what it's doing. What it's processing is it's creating the map tiles of that data set. So this is why you're not going to rely on your viewers to do that on their end. You're going to have all that already pre-cached and pre-processed and created before you even publish it on your website.
I'm unable to select all the 4 files.
You're unable to select all the files, the 4 files?
Yeah.
Can you drag the box over it, or is everyone having this problem? No problem. Okay. Once they're done helping you, we can go through. We can come help you. And I'm going to slow down in a second and come around as well. So now my table is processed, and I can view the preview by clicking there. And there we have it. It's just the generic style. Red, we're going to change that in a second. But that's the red arc of deforestation. I'm going to click exit up there in the corner to exit out of my preview. It's just a preview. And I'm going to scroll down, and you can see here that I can add or place a file if I ever want to update the data set, or I can download it later. So anything you upload to Google Maps engine, you can download. So it's not a place that you can always get it back if you lose it on your